patron, and welcome back to my life. It's Writer Wednesday, where I give you my tips and advice on the art and the business of writing and tell you how I do what I do as an indie author. Today we're going to talk about something that like a lot of the things I talk about on this channel you will have heard many times before, and I just provide like a little clarity or insight or my own personal experience with it. This one, I am sure most of you will never have heard of this before. Because I never had, and I've been in the indie publishing space for several years now, and like nobody I know has ever talked about this, and that is Amazon Advantage. So everybody knows so many different Amazon programs, right? There's Amazon Author Central, which everybody knows you should be on and you should be using, and there is Amazon Marketing Services, which is like the best way to advertise books right now. It's just amazing, and you should totally go look up how to do that. Mark Dawson has a great course on it you should do. And then of course there's Kindle Direct Publishing, which is like how we get our books on Amazon, and if you make a living as an author, you probably do it because of KDP, or Kindle Direct Publishing. But Amazon Advantage, nobody used, and I found it on a random YouTube video somewhere, so I hope that this is your random YouTube video where you learned about it and were like, why have I never known about this before? Now, on the other hand, one of the reasons you might not have heard about Amazon Advantage is that it is not for everyone. It is definitely not something everybody should just go into blindly. In fact, it's not something everybody can get into. You can't join Amazon Advantage as a person, as an individual. You can't. You have to have a company in order to join. So like you've probably heard before that you need to form an LLC. Well, if you haven't, or an S Corp or a C Corp or whatever, but if you have not done that, you cannot even get in to Amazon Advantage. So that's one thing. And then a lot of people shouldn't join Amazon Advantage, and the benefits don't outweigh the downsides. If you are a single author just doing your own thing and putting out a book like every few months and not interested in doing print at all, don't do it. Amazon Advantage is not for you, and you are not for it. But for people who are interested, Amazon Advantage is a system where you set up your books to sell, your physical books to sell directly online through Amazon like any other traditional publisher. In fact, this is the system that publishers use. Penguin, when you see a Penguin book on Amazon, it's there because of Amazon Advantage. When you see a HarperCollins, or I don't even remember all of the big five publishers, but anyway, if you see them on there, Tor and everybody like that, they put their books on with Amazon Advantage. That's just how it works. In other words, so like lots of indies have print books, right? And I think that every indie should. If you have books, you should have them available in print, because some people just don't read ebooks, and so you're leaving a huge part of the market on the table and just not even catering to them at all. But when indies do print books, they usually go to CreateSpace or Ingram Spark, put their books there, and then CreateSpace or Ingram Spark make their books available for sale on Amazon. Amazon Advantage cuts out that middleman. You just get your books and you send them directly to Amazon, and you are the supplier. So now we have to talk about the pros and cons of Amazon Advantage, and there are a couple of really big cons, again, for most indies. Number one is logistics. You become a supplier for Amazon. That means that you are responsible for keeping enough books on hand to fulfill orders and then sending them to Amazon when they need them, and managing your stock levels and all that sort of stuff. And number two is the cost. So when you're in Amazon Advantage, they treat you like a publisher, and you get the same pricing as every other publisher, which means that Amazon takes 55% of the net of the retail price of your book. So my books sell for $11, and that means that Amazon takes about $6 of that sale, I think it is. And so if you are getting books from CreateSpace, like I get my books printed by CreateSpace and then distribute directly to Amazon. Now, if you aren't buying very many CreateSpace books at a time, they will usually cost like $6, $7, whatever it is. And then you won't make any money, or you'll have to price your books at a very high rate in order to get money. So like, it's probably just easier to just distribute through CreateSpace and make more money that way, and at a lower cost, right? Right, yes, for most people, that is the case. That's what I'm saying, is that Amazon Advantage is not right for a lot of people. But here are the reasons that I do it the way that I do it. First of all, it allows me to keep stock on hand, to have it available for lots of different reasons. I can sell it directly to people, which is a thing that I like doing and I want to be doing more of. It gives me better like visibility of, my print sales, and print is very important to me. I don't read ebooks. I just don't. I sell lots of them. I read print books, and I want to know how many print books I'm moving and what like percentage of my company that is. Also, because every book goes through my hands before it goes to Amazon, I can autograph every single one of my print books that I sell. Now that is a lot of time, and if you don't care about putting out signed books into the world, that is a lot of time you will waste. To me, it's super cool, and when people get signed books in the mail, they're always like, this is amazing! amazing, and I get tweets about it and Facebook posts and that sort of thing. I love that. From a very personal perspective that I'm sure not many people will share, I used to work in a book warehouse, and I shipped and distributed books for a living, for a publisher, a pretty significantly sized publisher. I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed that job. I enjoyed that job more than just about any other job that I've had in my life where I was working for somebody. I like my current job a lot more. And so managing my own print and distribution and logistics and everything like that is fun. If it's not fun for you, you might not, you won't enjoy it because it's not fun. And finally, I am almost to the point, and I've been almost to the point for a while now, and I just need to cross that hump where I can start ordering bulk print runs of books from an actual book printer, not print on demand like CreateSpace. And that will allow me to get higher quality books, but like with better paper stock and like emboss and foil stamping. I've talked about this in previous Writer Wednesday videos, but it will also let me get them much, much cheaper. Like eventually it can get to the point where I'm paying like $2 a book, and then when I'm selling them on Amazon Advantage, I'm making way more than I would on CreateSpace, right? Plus, and this is a tiny little detail, but CreateSpace is not listed as the distributor of record. I am, because I am Legacy Books, and I am distributing the books. That's a tiny little detail, and honestly, it doesn't matter. Readers don't care who the distributor of record is, but libraries might, schools and school libraries might care about that sort of thing. So, and another, but this is the last, and this is, to me, this is a huge advantage of Amazon Advantage. Amazon Advantage is the only service that I have discovered that lets you do print pre-orders on Amazon. You can publish a book and create a listing for it well in advance and set the publication date for some point in the future, the actual release date, and then people can pre-order your print book. Every traditional publisher does this. No indies do, because nobody uses Amazon Advantage. For me, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. I love pre-orders. I love setting up pre-orders as far in advance as I possibly can. I love letting them accumulate and letting that affect the rankings and yada, 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 and all that sort of stuff. And that is only available to indies through Amazon Advantage. So by now, you've either decided that you want to give Amazon Advantage a look or not. Setting it up, I could not possibly cover that in a 10-minute video. I could not even cover that in an hour-long video. You could make a whole course about setting up Amazon Advantage. It takes some time. But if you decide to check it out, they have an excellent help center that will walk you through the entire process. So basically, all you have to do is go to advantage.amazon.com, sign up to become a publisher, and then, you're off to the races, and they will basically show you how to do it. So there you go. Another possible tool in your arsenal, another possible thing that you will want to use in your publishing career or not. Like I said, probably doesn't apply to most people, but I want people to know that it's there because I feel like there's a lot of people out there who should definitely be using it and aren't. And that is all I've got for you today on this Writer Wednesday. As always, if you are a $5 patron or above, let me know in the comments on Patreon any future Writer Wednesday video topics that you want me to talk about, and I will cover them in a future Writer Wednesday video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, as always, for your incredible support, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye!